right, hey everyone, we're at Allen Autosports. We're gonna go in the shop today to just talk to Scotty. And basically, I mean, their car's been winning a lot of races, so I just kind of want to see what's going on. But if you know, Scotty's helped me a lot with my cars too, and helped me get them dialed in. The old Dirtworks car that I got. But just want to go and talk today, talk to Scotty and see. I think he's got some 2022 cars coming together as well. So. Scotty, how's it going?
Good. Hello, Jeremy. How are you doing today?
Good. I want to come check out some of the new cars that you got.
All right. Well, we're just starting the 22s actually today.
Nice.
We finally got all of our 21s done, so we're getting ready to go. And we got a repair of a 21. It's a track champion car this year. And here we got to do a little work getting ready for the USRA Nationals. And then we got the house stock car that we've been having pretty good runs in. So go on out and we'll take a check out and see what you think.
Check it out. 2022, new season already, huh?
We're here. It's this time of year, and stuff's starting to roll, and orders are coming in. And
so this is one of the repairs here, you said?
yes, this here is actually J.C. Newell. He was the 21 track champion here at Dallas County, and wins over at Lucas and here, and had a real good year. And they got a little tear up on the championship night. So nothing major. We're just getting him ready for the Nationals. We had J.C. Morton's car in last week, doing a little freshening up on him. He'd won the Bull Ring, Battle of the Bull Ring at 10 grand early this year, and he's had a really good year. So some of these guys are freshening up stuff, getting ready for the USRA Nationals here in a few weeks, and bodies look a little rough, and they like to represent their sponsor as well. So these guys are just getting little tune-ups.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was like. Both JCs have had a pretty good season.
Very good. Both of them has. Robbie Ewing, he hadn't run a lot. He came in late. He had a baby this year, so he took some time off. Did the family thing that he needed to do, and they're a great family. So he come in late, got a win. Galen Hasler, he's really hard charger out of Columbia. He just got in a new car not very long ago, and he's already won win in a couple of seconds, and he's like first 3 or 4 races. So
wow.
He's doing good. All the guys are. We've got several out there that are having great years, and I couldn't be happier with the drivers I have in the season that we've been having. So it's been a lot of fun.
I would say, I mean, for the B mod, it sounds like, I mean, you pretty much won everything.
We've won a lot of races. There's other good cars and good companies and really good drivers. Yeah. So it's probably the most competitive class in the United States.
That's what I was going to say too. Yeah, it's definitely not easy to win in that
No,
class.
it's very tough, and I feel like though that my guys have represented me first class on and off the track, and they're all family guys, and they're the kind of my customers seem to be the kind of people that I like to associate with. They're classy and moral and ethically right, and they do the right stuff. So it's been a great year, and we've represented with as tough as this is. We've had a great year. I couldn't be happier.
Nice. So yeah, I was going to ask you, I know you've had a good 2021, but I know you're getting ready to start the 2022 cars too. So I was going to ask you, like, with the success you've had with these chassis, what's going to be the new car? Is there any changes on them, or?
There's a few small things, and mostly cleanup. Last year was pretty well a brand new car.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we had a great success. We're not going to get a long way away from it because we had such a good year. But as of anything, we've learned through the year. Some things are just as much as a spring rate by 25 pounds or a little different valve and a shock going forward in 21, different links on maybe trailing arms or pull bars. But basic chassis design, no, not much. Couple small cleanups, but for the most part, we're going to be pretty close on the chassis again this year. But we do have some new stuff on them, but the car itself, very, very close.
Nice. So, yeah, I mean, if the car brand new last year, it had so much success. Like, I don't think you want to change too much.
No, I don't want to change just for the sake of saying that we changed.
Yeah.
Everything I do, I want to make sure that we're going in a positive direction, that we get better results. And I'm really happy. And the longer, I actually think these cars, in the A-Mod days, which I came from, we had big motors, and the cars, we flexed them out a lot faster. Well, these smaller motors, we're still building that type of a car. I think it takes some races actually to get these cars broke in.
Oh, really?
I don't know that a brand new car the first few weeks is the best right off the bat. Now, J.C. Morton proved me wrong and run right off the bat last year, but that's a whole different type of a race. But I think these cars we've seen have been getting better the longer the seasons went, and that's exciting that they're hanging in there. I know, like Jace, this year's a 2021. He is not getting a new car this year. I believe J.C. Morton's car will go up for sale, and we've already got a lot of people asking about that. So, but some of them are not. So we've had a good run, and we're going to keep doing more of the same, and with a few new things, try to get a little faster.
Yeah, that sounds like some fine tuning. If you get any faster,
we want to get faster. Every day we try to never quit getting faster and be complacent. We want to keep on trucking, and we just don't want to go too far where that we go the wrong way. And it's easy to do, one thing at a time, so we know what changes we make and what works and what doesn't. So we don't always hit it. We miss sometimes, but we're always trying to go faster. And when you're trying to go faster, once in a while you miss.
Yeah, but that's you usually learn.
We do, and got great, like I said, great group of guys, take good notes, and they help me a bunch with that side too. So
I want to ask you about this car over here, because I've seen a few times. This car's already won a few races as well, hasn't it?
Yeah. So this is my own personal car. My son actually built this car last year, ran it a handful of times. We brought the USRA stock cars down to this southern Missouri. In this part of the world here at Dallas County Speedway last year, and had a pretty good for the first year car count stuff. So my son built this car. This was his. He took off first night this year, and he's really taken ownership in the business on the parts side. And he said, "Dad, I want to concentrate a little bit on that. I'm not having as much fun as I was." He enjoys it, but I was pretty proud of him. He's wanting to be more involved in the race on the business side. Yeah. So I had sold my B Modified and hadn't raced it all year yet. And we did some trading. He wanted a little street hot rod, a Fox Body Mustang. So I went to Wichita and bought a Fox Body, and I traded it for this. And the motor stuff belonged to me anyway. And we've had an absolute blast. And as a company now, everybody that knows me, I'm a long time modified. I still have a hard time with A mod, B mod. I'm a modified guy, which was A mods, and that's been my thing for most of my life, coming from dirt works to here and a long time ago. But we concentrate mainly on the B modified, USRA style B modified, some IMC sport mods too, but we concentrate harder on the USRA and the USRA and IMC stock car. We've built the Power I type cars for years. We built, pretty well. We built it here. But these two cars now is what I concentrate on. I'm trying to hold myself in to where I don't get so spread out that we're trying to make this is our main business. And we really only build like 12 new cars a year now. Last year we built way more, and it was actually more than we could handle, and we got behind. And so we're doing a deal. We're only doing 12 by race season. Not only going to say we'll only sell 12 cars, but we'll do 12 by race season. After that, if they want one, they probably better not sell their old car, because between this place busy and my racetrack busy and family life, I can't guarantee that after April 1 how quick. We keep on it every day. We work every day in here, but it's going to be them first 12 by April 1st, and we've actually got about 7 of them already sold right now. So
oh, wow, 7 out of 12?
Yeah, we sold 4 last week, so it's been, we're going good. But stock car deal is a blast. Lucas this year, they picked them up too, so we got 2 tracks. We've done a little bonus between the Dallas County and Lucas. That's helped. But we went and raced this car some. We've raced 7 times. I think we got 7 heat wins, 5 features wins, and a second, and we got 1 DNF the other night. We led almost all of it, and we ended up with a DNF, and it really wasn't no big deal, so we're good there. But his car's been great. I'm just having fun driving.
That's even better.
I forgot how much fun it was to drive race cars again. Yeah. And we're having a blast. But this deal's taken off. 4 last week we sold her these.
Really?
So we've got a few of them already out. James McMillan, we've won 4 at Lucas. McMillan's won 7. I think of the last 9 races, me and him has 7 of the last 9.
Wow.
I'm 4, he's 3. So
that's pretty good.
So we're having a blast. He's been good. Brian Webster's got a new, and he just run a good second over at Midway on a basically no passing situation track and did a really good job. And some Kansas City cars, Nick Whalen and Jim Seahey down here. There's several, and it's starting. These are starting to really click. And Jesse Sharon's in our IMCA stuff. He won at Batesville the first year and was at the Bristol race in it. So him, and he's got 2 cars. So it's
pretty cool. You had to see a new class, because I'm like you. I'm a modified guy. So I've never even drove the stock car, but it does seem like it's growing.
It is.
And we need more classes that are taking off and starting
I know,
to grow.
like Mike Hoover at Tri-State, he's got them, and it's slow going, but I hope Mike hangs in there with him because I think this thing is going to get bigger and bigger. Maybe he'll get some help at some other tracks down that direction because if he is a partner, it'll go for him.
Yeah.
So, yep, they're a lot of fun, and frames are a little harder to get. We've had some guys that's helped us out and is kind of keeping us in frames. So that's been nice, but I can tell I wouldn't want to try to build as many of them as they are because they've got to be having a hard time getting
So it's
stuff.
like the old modified stuff where you actually got to find
Oh,
frames.
yes. Yep. 78 to 86 G-body General Motors stuff and strip them down. That's what we start with. Actually, I got one right over here we can take a look at in a second. We haven't started yet. It's just sandblasted sitting there, but a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a huge class. I think the USRA Nationals in a few weeks at Lucas. I think the class to watch that'll have the best racing will be the stock cars. They've always predominantly, Super Nationals in Boone, Iowa, all that, them racetracks, like always, these have been dynamite.
Really?
Them guys are going to come down here and put on one heck of a show. They're going to be tough.
I need to go out there then and watch
You
it.
need to check this. All of them is going to be good. The B-Mods, last I heard, 285 cars have signed up. The pits are completely sold out on the concrete, so they've got their overflow, which is probably nicer than everybody else's pits.
Yeah.
But I think there's right at 100 B-Mods as of today, and they still got, 3 weeks? And there's 60 some or 70 of these, so
Wow.
60 A-modifieds. It's going to be a good show. Todd Staley and Bryce Hall and Janet and Ryan, that's going to be a big deal over at Lucas, so it ought to be great.
Maybe I can get my car together by then.
There you go. There you go. Over here, like I said, we got our jigs over here. We just got one back from a sandblaster for the stock cars. Loading a new AFCO 68 to 72 Chevelle. They come in like 9 pieces or so. So we have a jig that everything is located and fixtured, and then we weld them all together, and we go from there. The G-body frames are, like I said, they are real General Motors frames. We take them, sandblast them, and then we bring them in, and we cut them and how we do it from this part on. This one here is just from the sandblaster, and like I said, we just started loading this here this morning. So
That's the new 2022 car?
that's the first new 22 sitting on the jig right there. We just loaded it, and by middle of next week, it ought to be going to the powder coater. So by the end of the day tomorrow, we'll have the cage and everything up. Justin's he's cutting tubing here. I got him to shut down while we're doing this so we don't make a lot of noise. But he's getting tubing cut for us and everything right now. So I'm excited about the new ones. I always like building new cars the first few,
Yeah.
Now in February, I won't be as excited anymore. But right now, it's always a blast. Because there's, like I said, a few little things that we'll tweak and change. And it's fun. It's fun for me as a chassis builder and engineering kind of mind that looking for that. I mean, we're looking for tenths and hundredths. We're past, that's where we're at. We're looking for that close. So
yeah, that's where the races are. I mean,
it is
hundredths of a second.
There's a lot of good companies out there with a lot of smart people and a lot of good drivers, and that's how close it is now in this stuff. It used to be in the old days you had 10 pretty good cars, and then you had some other. I built like 1,500 cars when I was at Dirtworks.
Oh, wow.
And between out in the shop, and then I worked for Mike and in the office and sold parts and race cars for them and stuff, and had worked with some of the greatest people you're ever gonna work with in dirt modified racing, and was lucky, very lucky and fortunate I got to do that. But I think between there and here, I haven't built as many as that because I never did, but I'm at a couple thousand race cars that I've welded up in my life between the two places. So, and I know there's a lot of people that's done a lot of cars, but I still enjoy it. I'm not as young as I used to be. I'm not as fast as I used to be, but I still really enjoy and I like the figuring out the stuff. That's what that's the part I still enjoy more than anything. So
I kind of agree. Like that's probably my favorite thing is just trying to get it set up or getting a car to work.
Yes,
just getting it to work and then just fine tuning it and keep making it better and better. And
we have more parts now. We have better shocks than we ever used to, and we have more availability. unfortunately, we tend to tune ourselves out because we have too much stuff now. The old days, we had this or this, and you put it on and you put your elbows up and drove.
Yeah.
Now we can dial ourselves out because we're too sophisticated. Sometimes you have to take a step back, you know, and calm down.
Maybe not have as many options in your trailer.
Yes,
the track.
yes, because we've got all the options in the world we need. So it's great that we have all this, but once in a while it could be a hindrance to us, at least in the classes that I'm doing, you know. So it is, and we still have a few A mods out, and I help several A mod guys still, and we've built 3 or 4 A's out of here, and we still continue to help them daily. I just going forward on building new stuff, I concentrate more on these 2.
On the B mods,
and
stock cars.
Stock cars. The A mod deal has got where I don't run it every day anymore, and I'm not to the point where I can go out and chase a tour part-time or something. I can't do full-time anyway. When you're out of that car in that seat, it's tougher, and you have to depend completely on other people to R&D for you, and that's a lot harder to do. And my point in my life and my career, I'm probably past that, and I'm okay with that now. Wasn't always, but I am now. I'm coming to grips with that, and I really enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy the size we are, that I get to work with my son every day. I get to teach him as we're going. I've got a lot of friends in this sports, being in it I've raced for 33 years and been in the building part of this deal for 25 plus, and you know, with family members. My dad's raced since the 60. He's been in this sport, been a promoter. My father-in-law's Rex Merritt, been in it forever.
I've raced with Rex a long time.
Yep. So, and then my son-in-law, his whole family has raced forever. My son's raced, my niece raced. So, you know, it's funny how we all tie together. And but I've been very fortunate that all the friends I've made and all the companies and all the distributors and stuff, they treat me like gold. And I'm probably having more fun right now building cars than I ever have.
That's good. That means a lot.
It does. And we're small, and we're good with being small.
Yeah.
We have no problem with that.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's less headache here.
It is.
Just better.
I'm honestly, Justin will probably have different ideas going forward, but I have no problem with where we're at, and we don't have to get any bigger. He's really pushing our parts deal, and right now is tough. You know, the drivers, some of them, I think everybody's starting to understand, but it's going to be difficult winter getting parts. Last year was tough. I think this year's even going to be harder.
Really?
We got parts that we're waiting on and on orders, and the manufacturers are doing absolutely the best they can. So people might be a little patient with everybody this winter. I think we'll all get where we need to be. It's just going to have to be a little bit of give and take and patience to get there. But it should be a good 22.
Being worse in the winter than it was this summer, that's not good to hear.
No.
At least if you're prepared.
Yes. I mean, I know one of the company that we buy all our rear ends from, we've got several on order to take care of our cars. We've been trying to pre-order a lot of stuff, you know, because we know what's going to happen. And some stuff we're able to get, other things that's on the way, and they assure me we're good, and they've nothing been like PM rear ends or is great to me. We're waiting on some stuff for quick changes, but Randy Harrison told me we're good, so we're good, you know.
Yeah.
But Chad Weirs, we do a lot there, and he takes, you know, he's good about keeping his stuff up, and we do Speedway motors. We're big with them on some parts. Day Motorsports, performance bodies. So everybody is, you know, you have to unfortunately have a group to go to because this guy might not have it, so you got to jump. And we try to use as much American-made product as I possibly can. I tell everybody my cars aren't the cheap end. We use all high-end parts and as much American as we possibly can from our tubing on down. So sometimes it takes a little longer, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah, to have a good product is always worth it.
It is. And if we can support home, that's even better to me. The racetrack keeps a lot of my time also.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you too. You got the chassis, the parts, and the racetrack.
Yeah. We had a great season this year. We run just 5 classes, and we average in the mid-80s. So we had a really good year. We stopped when high school football in Missouri starts. We stopped. Yeah. We ran one too many this year.
Because you're on Friday nights with
We're on
with
Friday
football.
nights. We ran 1 week too long. But anyway, we have our big USMTS race. It's usually in August. This year, a couple of the tracks that was going to be on the same weekend, things just didn't work out for them. So me and Todd Staley put our heads together. We moved it. So now I'm pretty excited because we was the race of the year in 19. I personally think we probably might have been last year again, but COVID and everything. So there's been some really good races this year. We're going to have to put on a barn burner to beat it this year.
It could be, though.
Last weekend they had a couple really good ones. So anyway, but we're Wednesday night, October the 27th. It's the opening night of the National Championship weekend now for USMTS and USRA. So we'll have the USMTS guys here that night on their first night. They go from here to Tri-State at Fort Smith, Lakeside at Kansas City, Kansas, and out to Wichita at 81 to conclude the national points run. And we'll have the B-Mods and the USRA stock cars both here. So they'll be running for national points to finish. So anybody around the country, it's tight. We're probably going to see them that weekend. So it ought to be a great weekend. We're in the process of they've been dumping loads of clay right now, and we got a lot of rain last night. So we haven't been able to smooth it yet. I got bulldozers has been pushing in the pits to get more pits for me. And we're working on some big shows for next year, some micro midget, I think it's Lucas Oil now, 600 or something series. That's some stuff that we're working on right now. Kevin Rogers out of Crandall, Texas. He's working with me a little on that. Me and him might work together on that deal some. So
my teammates have a micro.
Awesome.
So they might come up and run it.
Good. Well, that'll be a 2-day national event if we do.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So it'll be a big one.
Yeah.
But we're working on that deal, and then so in the track we'll have our next year our Stars and Stripes Spectacular 4th of July weekend's a big B-Mod deal. We doubled the purse last year, and I'm going to try to double it this year again. Over from what, but I don't know. We'll work on that. But so yeah, it's a good year, and we've been really busy, and we got a lot of stuff going. We're going to new fences in this winter, new press box this winter, or score tower, not press box, but score tower this winter, and new clay the track before the USMTS race, and doing more pits and fixing other stuff. So some more lights. So we got a lot of stuff going on up there. And my dad, which he started this 25 years ago. He's 81, goes wide open. He still helps all the time. And he's probably up there. If he could be working in the mud day, he would be. But he helps me a ton with that. So that's a family organization around here all the way around.
So you got, your dad, your son, you.
Yeah.
That is pretty, it's family.
It is a family organization. So we keep everything pretty tight in the house around here.
That's good.
But Kevin Rogers is kind of Trentonberry. He helps me on that USMTS race too, and Kevin I do stuff with, and me and him have a really good time, have a lot of fun on the internet and stuff. So
yeah, I was wanting to come up, maybe run the USMTS race. Don't know if it'll happen, but
hopefully.
I keep thinking I'm going to race this, every weekend. But
I got you. You still got a few
close.
weeks. Maybe you'll be close.
Yeah.
You still got
October. I might.
You might make that. Yeah, you got about 50 days or so probably. So hopefully that'll work out for you. I hope so.
If I don't tear the car up by then.
Yeah, that's right. So no, don't say that.
Knock on wood.
But yeah, and our school stuff, me and Kevin Rogers does Winning Technologies. And last year was kind of a fluke deal. We was at his trade show in Des Moines at the Great American Trade Show, and he made a deal. He says, let's put a school on. I'm like, it's 3 weeks. What are you thinking? So we laughed, and we come back a few minutes later, and I said, are you serious? He's like, yeah. So we went to Downstream Casino, talked to them. They set us up in a great room and gave, it was a nice time. A lot of the drivers brought their wives and stuff. So they got to come, had a good school. I think 30-some people in 3 weeks for a B-Mod deal. We're going to expand this year. I don't want to completely say where the second one is because I want to make sure Kevin, he takes care of that. But we'll probably be back at Downstream for sure, and we're probably going north a ways. Oh, yeah? So hopefully B-Mod and stock car is kind of in the works right now. So I'm really excited about that after the new year.
B-Mod and stock car this time.
B-Mod and stock car. Whether we do them together, we might have a big one over the weekend, and I'll get some more help in there with me. And we'll split up more last year. I know Rex was there with AFCO. Yeah. We had a shock dyno, spring smashers. We had a lot of stuff in there. So we'll probably have a car there for some hands-on this time.
Oh,
be actual. We might even go something a lot of them don't do. We might do a full-on scale class while we're there. Oh, wow. And I don't see that happen a lot. So that's something we're talking about, some things. So we stay pretty busy.
I was at the first one. Yeah.
I hope it helped you.
It did. I needed all the help I could get because just getting back into racing modifieds again, and
it's tough. You jumped in the deep end of the pool.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
It is. It is.
But yeah, like I said, I plan on maybe coming back this winter for the seminar. So I learned a lot last year. So.
Well, we'd love to have you. I mean, I hope you learned. We've had a lot of guys look like they won this year, and because they kept track with Kevin on what they've done, and they said they got a lot out of it, and that's the main thing. We want to build the sport, help people. So our sport sometimes is losing people, not gaining. So the more that we can help people and they feel like that they're competitive and they're having fun is number one. I know they want to win, but we need them to have fun.
Yeah.
So if they're having fun and they're being successful, they'll come back, they'll keep going, and we'll get more new people. So
I think that's the key right now.
It is.
We need people. More people racing.
I'm a big respecter of this sport, and I feel that there's no one person that's bigger than the sport of racing.
Yeah.
It's a whole family. That, I mean, whether it's almost like a fraternity that you're in when you do this. We live different lifestyles. Our kids live different lifestyles. They grow up eating dirt sandwiches and playing in the mud, you know. So
the vacations aren't quite the same.
The vacations are quick. We got to get back by race night, you know, or we're going to stop at this track because we've never been there. But I respect our sport. I respect the people that started it. You know, we fuss and we fight on racetracks, and we don't always agree, but we all come from the same place. And at the end of the day, it's sort of like family. You fuss with your family, but you're still there at the end, you know. So that's
we need each other. That's
we
for sure.
do, and whatever we can do, and if teaching them a seminar, or just flat walking over to a guy that you don't even know and saying, "Man, if you'd move that bar a little bit, you'd do better." It's not about dollar bills all the time. We got to make a living. All of us are in something to make a living, and I just happen to choose motorsports. But I want to see guys prosper and have fun and build this sport where kids want to get into it. And that's very important to me.
Yeah, I agree, because none of us want to go out there and race against one or two cars
Absolutely
every night.
not.
So
It's not
we need all of us out there. And the better everyone else is, the better it makes us and makes us work harder.
Absolutely.
So, well, I appreciate it. I want to go check out this new 2022
we'll go over
car.
here, and we got a lot going yet, but you can see kind of where we start and what the jig looks like and stuff.
I always love anytime I get to talk with Scotty Allen. Anybody that's been in racing as long as he has, I'm always going to learn something, remember something, and it's just good to see how somebody else other than myself approaches the sport of racing. I mean, racing is it's very frustrating. It can be a very humbling sport, but it can also be a great, fun sport. Just depends on kind of the way things are rolling at the time, but like I said, it's just one thing, it's just a sport that you never stop growing and learning, for sure. That's what makes it fun. I think that's the challenge that most of us want, but I think Scotty's definitely got something figured out on these B mods and stock cars, for sure. So it's good just to spend some time and look in the shop and see what's going on.